Last Tuesday, I watched my neighbor Sarah nearly lose it while trying to make school lunches, pack backpacks, and get three kids dressed, all by herself. I'm the bottleneck, she exclaimed in frustration. That moment perfectly captured what happens when one point in a system gets overwhelmed, whether it's a busy parent or an entire business operation. Think about your typical workday. Maybe you're constantly waiting for approval from your boss, or perhaps your team keeps hitting snags because one crucial person is overloaded. These bottlenecks aren't just annoying, they're costing you precious time, energy, and probably a good deal of sanity. Dr. Eliyahu Goldratt, who pioneered the theory of constraints, found something fascinating. In any system, there's usually just one constraint holding everything else back. It's like having a kink in a garden hose. No matter how much water pressure you add, that one pinch point determines the flow. I recently consulted with a small marketing agency where everyone complained about missed deadlines. After watching their process, we discovered that all content had to go through one senior editor who was handling 30 plus projects simultaneously. The entire business was essentially standing in line behind this one person. The most common bottlenecks I've seen include the approval everything manager, outdated technology that can't keep up, unclear decision-making processes, overdependent teams relying on one expert, too many meetings blocking actual work time. Here's one powerful action you can take today. Create a bottleneck diary. For the next 3 days, whenever you find yourself waiting or stuck, write down what you're waiting for and how long it takes. You'll start seeing patterns emerge. Maybe it's always the same meeting that puts you behind, or a particular process that consistently slows things down. Laura, a product manager I worked with, used this method and discovered she was spending 40% of her time waiting for design feedback. She restructured her review process, implementing regular 15-minute check-ins instead of waiting for complete designs. Her team's productivity doubled within weeks. Start your bottleneck diary by simply using your phone's notes app or a small notebook. Each entry should include what you're waiting for, who or what is involved, how long you waited, the impact on your work. After 3 days, look for the biggest time wasters and tackle the most obvious one first. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate all constraints. That's impossible. It's about identifying the ones costing you the most time and stress, then finding practical ways around them. Sometimes, simply being aware of where your bottlenecks are can help you plan better and stress less.